We are currently on week 2 of a 3-week series. So last week we talked about Langana, which is the calming, grounding, energetic effect of yoga. And there are 2 more energetic effects. There's Brahmana, which we'll talk about and experience today. And then next week we'll talk about and experience Samavriti, which is the balancing aspect of energy. So Brahmana is uplifting. Brahmana is energizing. It tends to be the more solar, movement-oriented side of the energetic effect. Now, even though I say it's movement-oriented, you don't always have to be moving per se to do it. It's like you can do a restorative class that's Brahmana, where you're done and the post-digestive effect, how you feel later, is actually more energized. So while today's class will definitely be energizing as designed, there are other ways than just plowing through and moving quickly in a yoga class to feel that. So you'll get to experience the energetic side of that. Maybe one day we'll do like a restorative practice where you'll experience some Brahmana in a different way. I have notes about this. So yeah, this builds vitality. It's more extroverting than introverting. It's a great thing to do like first thing in the morning, like when you have to kind of get moving. Classically Langana, like we did last week, is great for the evening, and Brahmana is better for the morning. Because of the way that I sequence, it's okay for us to do to do Brahmana tonight. I sequence a class in a way that my intention is that you'll still be able to sleep tonight, and that tomorrow morning when you wake up, you'll be full of energy. There's these subtle ways that we can work with energy here. Yeah, so best mornings, early afternoons, when you're feeling lethargic, foggy, low energy. It's great for depression. Physically, we can induce the Brahmana energetic effect through back bends, extensions, lateral postures, all we'll do today. The breath, we can work with Brahmana with the breath by working with the inhalation itself and working with any holds after inhalations, especially making the inhale longer than the exhale. It tends to be more like breath up in the chest and the rib cage as well. And then in meditations, Brahmana is induced by like solar practices or visually like light in the body or in the brain. And any meditation that feels expansive. So there's one that we do sometimes called light of the heart, which we'll actually do today, where you kind of feel the light in your body and it starts to expand into the regions of the universe that are not your body. Cool. So that is what we'll do. We're going to practice some Brahmana yoga. Brahmana yoga. And I talk about this in the book on page 6, I believe. Page 6. Yeah. And the breathing technique we're starting with tonight is on page 46, but I'll lead you through it. Good, we're all here. Welcome, everybody. Let's sit tall. And strike your shoulder up towards your ears. Take them toward the back of the room and relax them down. Feel the crown of the head lift toward the ceiling. The eyes closing. And bring your awareness to your breath. Breath in the nostrils, the throat, your breath in your body. And so for this first part of our practice, the centering, we'll work with expansive breathing. So this is just breathing as fully, as bigly as we can. So with your inhale, slowly sip in breath and feel your lungs fill to capacity. And then exhale completely. Inhale, feeling the lungs fill again. And exhaling completely, maybe even feeling the navel tuck back toward the spine at the bottom of your exhale. And just continue this technique on your own. What you may find that after a few breaths that your capacity to inhale increases. There's just more room now. Now, it may be tempting here to breathe quickly, to fill the lungs as quickly as you can, and empty them as quickly as you can. I encourage you actually to go slower. Take your time as you fill the lungs. The steady increase of oxygen in the body. And take your time as you exhale as well. And steady decrease of carbon dioxide in your body. Continue for just a little bit longer. And when we talk about the energetic effects, whether it be Langana, Brahmana, or Samavriti, the idea is to eventually create balance. So if you're tired and lethargic, Brahmana brings you back to balance. If you're erratic, if you're restless, Langana brings you back down. And Samavriti is there in the middle to meet you. Inhale, lungs filling. And exhale, lungs emptying. We'll continue for just a couple more rounds. And take your time getting there. But as you complete this next exhalation, release the technique or the effort around the technique. What you might find when you do so is that the breath wants to stay big, and we can allow that. So with the intention of bringing in some of this Brahmana energy that will chant the sound Om 3 times. Deep breath in. Please bring your palms to your heart and lower the chin. And honor yourself as you are in this moment, body, breath, energy, and mind. It's from this place within you that we'll practice tonight. Go ahead and rub the palms together, creating heat. And take the heated palms over the eyes. Brushing back over the top of your head, down your neck, over the body, bringing yourself back to the room. And let's go ahead and come on to hands and knees to start. Table pose. Okay, so bring the hands underneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. Inhale, look forward, tailbone lifts. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, tail under. Inhale, looking forward. And exhale, round the back. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, round the back. Let's make this more dynamic. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, back up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do that a few more times. Hands and knees as you inhale, child's pose. As you exhale, starting to warm up the spine, your shoulders, your hips, and linking your breath and your movement. Good. So adding on to this flow, inhale up to hands and knees. Exhale, bend your elbows in toward your waist. Bring your heart 1 inch from the floor, then push up, and then exhale back to child's pose. And inhale back up to hands and knees. Exhale, chest press. Inhale, push up, and exhale back, child's pose. Let's keep going. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Moving on your own. Good. One more time. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog with your next exhalation. Good. So it's the first down dog of the night. So go ahead and walk it out a bit. Press the heel to the floor and bend the opposite knee, breathing length into the legs. Warming up the legs, feeling length in your spine. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Coming into active child. So come onto the fingertips, palms raised like you're clawing the floor, and walk your fingertips forward about 1 inch or 2. And then exhale, powerfully sink your hips toward your heels. You'll feel a nice big extension through the arms, the shoulders, the spine. Maybe even feel a little bit of tractioning down into your low back. Good. Placing the hands down. Inhale up to hands and knees. All right, so we're going to come back to one of the first practices we did. But this time we'll have the toes curled under. And my teacher likes to call these kitty pounces, and you'll see why here in just a moment. We're going to start back in like kind of a half child's pose, toes curled under. And then we're going to just look where our heart would go when we do a chest press, and then pounce, and then push back up and come back, and then pounce, push up and come back. I like to exhale as I pounce. Then inhale back and pounce and back. And let's keep going. Pounce and back and pounce and back. Making it an energetic movement. You can go as slowly or quickly as you need to. Allowing the elbows to bend in towards your waist, not out to the side here. I think they're called tricep push-ups. It's helping to get some energy moving around the heart and the shoulders. A little bit of core work as well, keeping the hips raised. Pounce and back. Pounce and back. 3, 2, and 1. Push up. Release the feet. Child's pose. Take deep breaths here. Fill the lungs to capacity. Inhale. Empty them. Exhale. Good. Inhale back up to hands and knees. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. And then inhale, come into plank pose, straight line push-up. We'll stay for about 3 breaths. Three slow breaths, apparently. Good. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, bend your elbows in toward your waist. Bring your chest 1 inch from the floor. Chaturanga Dandasana. And then with your inhale, press the arms straight. Come onto the tops of the feet. Knees are off the ground. Take the shoulders back. Upward facing dog. And then with your exhale, feel a tug behind your navel that pulls you back into downward facing dog. Okay? So we're going to do that again. We're going to do it again a few times. Inhale into plank pose. Exhale, 1 inch from the floor, chaturanga. Come onto the tops of the feet, press the arms straight, shoulders back, up dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Again, plank pose. Exhale 1 inch from the floor. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Again, inhale. Exhale. Up dog. Down dog. On your own, a couple more times. And this flow that we're doing right now is called Danda Kriya. So we're gonna do it a few more times when we get to our sun salute later. And I might just call it Danda Kriya and you'll know what to do. Next time you come to down dog, go ahead and stay. Take an adjusting breath. Good, and then float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, child's pose. Good. Inhale back up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. And lift your right leg high into the air behind you. With your exhale, swing or carry, step the right foot between the hands and turn the back foot flat to the floor, toes pointing outward, prepping for warrior 2. Now have a nice bend to the front knee, and then sweep your left arm forward and pinwheel yourself up into warrior 2. Good. Breathe here. Deep breath in. And then exhale, swim all the way forward and step back, downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Again, help it along. Back foot flat, toes pointing outward. Nice bend to the front knee. Then the right arm sweeps forward and pinwheel yourself up into warrior 2. Breathe. Deep breath in. And exhale, swim forward and step back. Let's come back to that first side. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step it on through. Back foot flat, warrior 2. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, sink on in. Good. Turn the palms up this time. This helps the shoulders to relax down. And we'll do some movement, all right? So inhale, lift the arms overhead as you straighten the right leg, palms together. And then exhale, sink into the right knee, palms out to the side. Let's do that with a big breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That right knee guiding toward its own middle toe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, swim forward, step back, downward facing dog. Good, let's do that same exercise on the other side. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step it on through. Back foot flat, warrior 2, come on up. And sink on in. Turn the palms up again. Good, then we'll do the movement. Inhale, straighten the left leg, lift the arms overhead, palms touch. And then exhale, sink back in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, using that big expansive breath that we learned earlier. Let's do one more. Exhale, sink in. Stay for the inhale. And then exhale, swim forward. This time, step forward, Uttanasana, the standing forward fold. Press palms to shins, come halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Good. Palms to shins again, come halfway up. Extend your spine forward. Exhale, fold. Let's do one more. And exhale down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side. The flat back, come all the way up. Reaching the arms overhead. Exhale, palms to the heart. Take an adjusting breath. Aware of your breath rate, your heart rate. Okay, so go ahead and bring your palms to your heart. Have your feet stacking underneath your hips. With your inhale, sweep your arms down, back and up. With your exhale, bend both knees. Sweep the arms behind you, chair prep. Inhale, chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs, reaching up. Hinge at the hips, swan dive. Exhale, fold forward and down. Press palms to shins, come halfway up here. And exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out to the side. Inhale, come all the way back up to standing. And bring your palms to your heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep. Chair pose. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward and down. Palms to shins, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out to the side with a flat back, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Let's keep this moving. Inhale, sweep up. Chair prep. Chair pose. Lift and fold. Halfway and down. All the way. Moving right into the next round, bend the knees, sweep the arms back, chair prep, chair pose, and lift and fold. Halfway and down, all the way up. Chair prep, bend the knees, sweep it back. Let's keep it going. Lift, fold, halfway, down, all the way up. A couple more times, bend the knees, sweep it back. Chair pose, lift, fold, halfway, and down, all the way up. Chair prep, chair pose. This time stay. Keep the hips sinking down. Feel the heart lifting. Breathe. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs. And exhale, swan dive. Palms to shins. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side. Come all the way up. Inhale. And palms to your heart. Good. Again, feel sensation, breath rate, heart rate. Good. So bring your awareness back. Have a drink of water if you haven't in a moment. Got to keep you hydrated. So we're going to move into our sun salutation next, and we're going to work with pretty much everything we've worked with so far. So we've been building our way toward this. So it'll be Warrior 2. We'll use the Danda Kriya in the middle. Again, I'll teach that to you again. And then we'll use that last flow as our intro to the sun salute. So go ahead and step to the top of your mat if you're not there already. Stacking your feet underneath your hips, bring your palms to your heart. And before we start moving, let's take a few more of those expansive breaths. Inhaling to capacity and exhaling to completion. One more big breath. It's all about regulating the nervous system, And to the best of your ability, try to breathe big as we move, okay? So with your next big inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Chair prep. Chair pose. And stay for your exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs. Swan dive. Palms to shins. Exhale, release, and step your right foot way back foot flat on the floor, toes pointing outward, and bend the front knee. Right arm sweeps forward, inhale, come on up, and sink into warrior two. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink in. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, swim forward, and step back to downward facing dog. Good, moving through the Danda Kriya, plank pose, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, 1 inch from the floor. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Good job, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it on through. Back foot flat to the floor. Warrior two, come on up. And sink on in, palms toward the sky. Inhale, straighten the front knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink in. Deep breath in. And exhale, swim forward, step forward. Palms to shins. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, inhale. And palms to the heart. Good, let's do that again. Again, breathing big, sweep the arms up. Exhale, chair prep. Chair pose. Lift on inhale. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward and down. Palms to shins. Exhale, release, step the left foot back. Warrior two, when you're ready, come on up. And sink on in. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up, straighten the front knee. Exhale, take the arms out, sink back in, but go in really deep, further than you normally would. Stay for an inhale. And then exhale, swim forward, step back, downward facing dog. Danda Kriya, plank pose. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts when you get there. Step it all the way through. Back foot flat. Warrior two, come on up. Sink on in. Straighten the left knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink deeper. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, swim forward. Step forward. Palms to shins. And down. Arms out to the side, come all the way up. Palms to the heart. We're going to keep this energy moving. Keep breathing big. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep. Chair pose. Lift. And fold. Palms to shins. Exhale, release, right foot steps, please. All the way back. Warrior two, come on up. And sink in. Lift the arms, straighten the leg, and then exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, swim. And step back, downward facing dog, moving through Danda Kriya. Plank, chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Right leg this time, when you get there, step it all the way through. Back foot flat, warrior two. Straighten the knee, lift up, inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper this time. Challenge yourself. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, swim forward, step forward. Palms to shins. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep. Chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Lift on inhale. Fold, exhalation. Palms to shins. Left leg steps back. Warrior two. Good. Straighten the leg, reach up. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Again, go for it. Deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, stepping back. Danda Kriya, plank, chaturanga, up dog, Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts when you get there. Bring it all the way through. Help it forward. Back foot flat. Warrior two. Good. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Again, challenge yourself. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, swim and step forward. Palms to shins. And exhale, fold. Take the arms out to the side, come all the way up. And again, bend the knees, chair prep, chair pose. Good, lift and fold. Breathing big, palms to shins. Exhale, release. Take the right foot back. Warrior two. Good, straighten the leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Stay for the inhalation. Exhale, swim forward, step back, downward facing dog. Danda Kriya, you know this one. When you get back to down dog, the right leg lifts and steps. Back foot flat, warrior two, and sink. Straighten the leg, reach up. Go a little bit further this time, sink down in. Stay. And exhale, swim forward, step forward. Palms to shins. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side. Come all the way up. Bend the knees, chair prep, chair pose. Lift and fold. Halfway. And down, left foot steps. Warrior two. We're getting used to this now. Sink on in. Straighten the knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, go a little bit further. Stay. Downward facing dog. Danda Kriya. When you get there, left leg lifts and steps. Back foot flat, warrior two. Straighten the leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink a little bit further. Stay for the inhale. And then exhale, swim forward, step forward. Palms to shins. Exhale, release. Arms out to the side, come all the way up. This time, palms to your heart. Good job. Begin to regulate your breath. Full deep breath in, complete breath out. Big expansive inhale. Complete exhale. Two more times. All right. One more round through that sun salutation. We'll add some holds and some variations. But you know the meat of it. With your next big inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Chair prep, chair pose, and stay. In chair pose, interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the arms off the back, and look forward with the heart. Keep the knees bending, and keep breathing. Keep the arms lifting off the back, straighten the legs, look up, inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips, take the arms overhead, and breathe. Good. Now from here, a few things will happen. Bend your knees deeply for chair pose. Then release the arms, sweep them forward, come back into chair. I fit 2 chairs in here. Isn't that great? Inhale, straighten the legs. And exhale, swan dive. Fold forward and down. Good. Palms to shins. No more chair poses. Folding forward, step your right foot way back, prepping for warrior 2. Nice strong bend of the front knee. Come on up. And sink on in. Palms toward the sky. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach the arms up. Then exhale, sink a little bit deeper than you normally would. You know we're holding. So gaze beyond your left fingertips, space just off of the tip of those fingers, and breathe there. Keep the front knee bending. It's okay if it's shaking. Deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead and swim forward and step back to downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale into plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Oh, but we're not done yet. Inhale, come back into plank pose. Just 30 seconds, okay? Just hang out. Have your hips and your shoulders about on the same plane. Shoulders gliding down the back. And if you can, take those big, expansive breaths. Ten more seconds, you're almost there. Deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga, 1 inch from the floor. Press the arms straight, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, let's stay here for just a few breaths. Feeling sensation. Big, expansive breathing. Good, now let's finish off our warrior series. Lift the right leg into the air and exhale, step it forward. Back foot turns flat, come on up. Last time, warrior 2. Good, inhale, straighten the leg, reach the arms up. And exhale, sink a little bit further than you normally would. Go for it, it's your opportunity. Gazing beyond the right fingertips. Breathe. Almost there. Deep breath in. And exhale, swim forward. Exhale, step forward. Good, palms to shins. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms out to the side. Inhale, come all the way up. And palms to your heart. So again, feeling sensation. It's happening in your body. Not just physically, I'm sure there's plenty happening physically, but energetically, how are you feeling? Maybe a little bit more awake, even if the body feels a little bit fatigued. All right, let's balance. Okay, so stacking the feet underneath your hips. You can relax your arms down, but sometimes for balancing postures, people like to keep their hands at the heart, mostly just so that the hands are doing something. When they're kind of like laying down here, we don't know what they're doing. So, feet grounding into the earth, I want you to shift the weight of your body down into your left leg. Now focus your eyes to a single non-moving point in front of you, and do your best to lift the right leg off the ground. Breathe. Eyes are focused. Then place the right foot down, come back to center. Shift into the right leg now. Get light on the left foot and bring the knee up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. Place the foot down and come back to center. I'll demonstrate this next part, okay? Because it's not dancer pose. We want it to be dancer pose, but it's not dancer pose. It's actually a quad stretch. I'm going to shift back into the first side. I'll lift the knee up. Then I'll take the knee down and reach back with my right hand and grab the base of the toes. Not the ankle, the base of the toes. Now, from here, what I'll do is I'll draw my right hip forward as I draw my heel in toward my seat. The knee is pointing toward the floor. So it's not going far back. It's not cutting forward. It's going straight down. So there's a nice big length in the front of the right thigh. Okay? So if you're not already heading there, go ahead and shift the weight into the left foot. Bring the knee up first, the right knee, and then take the knee down and reach back and grab the base of the toes. Good. Now draw the right hip bone forward and then draw the heel in toward the seat. The knee is stretching downward toward the floor. Keep the eyes focused to a single point and let's breathe. Try not to clench your teeth here. I know the quads are tight sometimes. Good. When you feel like you've had enough on this side, go ahead and release gently. Good. All right, let's try that on the other side. So you're going to shift into your right leg this time. Again, focus the eyes to a single non-moving point. Lift the left knee up to start. And then take the knee straight down, reach back and grab the base of the toes. And then draw the left hip bone forward as you draw the heel in toward your seat. And again, ground the knee toward the floor. And breathe. Good. Go ahead and release. Both feet flat on the floor. Just come into the standing forward fold for a moment. Nice symmetrical stretch throughout the back body. Good. And then go ahead and bring yourself back up to standing. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating a little bit. Really getting into it tonight. All right, so I'm going to give you a couple of options for this next pose. This is going to be a side warrior. So it's kind of like a warrior too, but we're gonna be angling out to the side, getting some lateral movement in. So I will show it to you in two different ways. Okay, there's first variation that is probably a little bit easier, and the second variation, which I'm assuming is a bit harder. So I'll come back into a warrior two stance. Nice wide feet. So when you bend into the front knee, the front knee comes just over the front heel. What you don't want it to do is go beyond it. Okay, it's better to have too wide of a stance than too narrow of a stance here. So I'll bend into the knee. I'll bring my elbow, the right elbow, to rest on top of the knee, and then sweep the left arm overhead, and then work the top shoulder back. So this is side angle pose or side warrior pose. Now, what you can do here, if you want to take it a bit further, is you can bring your right hand, instead of onto the knee, down onto the floor, or you could put a block underneath the hand here as well and work the posture here. Now, if you've been practicing this for a while and you want to take it somewhere even deeper, I'm going to turn around for this one. You can bind the pose. So you sink down in, top arm into the air, and then you'll sweep the arm behind the back. The bottom arm cuts underneath the body, and you hold hands, all, and work the top shoulder back. Now, if you're somewhere in between, you can't quite make the bind, you'll use a strap or a dog leash or a belt, and you'll take that into the upper hand, and you'll cut down, and you'll work the strap here, okay? Working the top shoulder back. So let's give that a try. If you think you might want to use a strap, just have it nearby. Good, so have your right foot forward and your left foot back here. All right, so nice wide stance again. And we'll just go through stages. If you want to go to the stage you know to practice, just go to that right away. But go ahead and bend into the right knee deeply. Bring the right elbow onto the right thigh, and sweep the left arm up and over, creating this big line of energy from the heel through the side of the body, through the hand, and roll the left shoulder back. Now, if you want to, that right hand can come down onto the floor. And breathe. And if you know you can bind the pose, drop the left hand behind your back, maybe with a strap in it, and then reach the right hand underneath the body, make a connection. Once the connection is made, you have to open back up, or else you're not in the posture. Keep the front knee bending. Keep breathing. This is why we did all those warriors earlier. Big, expansive breaths, just a couple more. Good. If you're binding, go ahead and release. And then we'll all come back up to standing. Feel sensation as you come back up. Moving some of that energy. So to do the other side, all you have to do is change the angles of the feet to the opposite direction. And boom, we're already ready already. Good. Taking our time moving through the stages, or if you know you can go further, just go there already. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the left knee, sink deeply. Bring the left hand, or left elbow, I should say, onto the left thigh or knee, and sweep the right arm up and over. Again, the idea is to create big length along the right side of the body and work the right shoulder back. Stay here if this is your jam. If you want to take it further, the left hand can come onto the floor or a block. Keep working the right shoulder back. And if you want to work on binding, you can drop the right arm behind you, maybe with a strap in it. Left arm reaches underneath. Maybe you grab hands, and then lift back up, roll the right shoulder back, and keep the front knee bending. Again, only come into the bind if you know you can. There's nothing to prove here. Big breaths, you're almost there. Good, then carefully unwind. If you're binding, come back up, then take a moment. Okay. So from wherever you're at, let's come into downward facing dog, okay? However you need to move around to get there. Downward facing dog, a nice, probably welcoming, symmetrical stretch in the spine and in the legs. And then inhale, come into plank pose, straight line push-up. And then exhale, plank yourself down to the floor, all the way down, please. Good. So have your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows bending. And then with an inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the head, chest, and the legs, coming into locust pose. Exhale, release down. Inhale, locust. Exhale, release. One more time. And then exhale, release down. All right, we're going to practice bow pose next because we're nice and warmed up for it. It'd be a shame not to. So go ahead and bend your knees, bringing your heels in toward your seat, and reach back and grab your ankles. Now, if you can't make this connection, and that's fine if you can't, instead of bow pose, you'll practice locust again. You'll just work on refining that instead of doing bow pose. But if you can, grab your ankles. And when you do that, you'll notice that your hip bones pop up off the floor. So take a deep exhalation, push the hips into the ground. Then inhale, push the feet into the hands and pull the chest and the thighs away from the floor, coming into bow pose. Deep breath in, and then exhale, release down. We're going to come into it one more time. Good. With an exhale, ground the hips into the floor. Inhale, push the feet into the hands, and lift up. Heart shining forward, feet lifting toward the sky behind you. Almost there. Big breaths. Inhale. And exhale, release on down. Release the feet and turn the head to a side. Let's take some breaths here. Please turn your head to the other side, balancing the neck. And taking a deeper, fuller breath. And bring the hands underneath your shoulders, elbows bent. I know it's kind of far from where you want to be right now, but let's come into down dog. Pushing back up and back. And bend your knees a little bit more than you normally do in down dog. What this allows is for you to shoot the hips more powerfully toward the ceiling behind you, creating more length in your spine. Take those big breaths here. And inhale, float down onto hands and knees. And let's come into child's pose. Breathing into child's pose. Then please take a deeper, fuller breath. And bring yourself up to a seat. Take your time. If you need a drink of water, have a drink of water. Okay, so we just have a few more postures to do before Shavasana. The good news is we have one coming. We've been working really, really hard tonight, but we want to make sure that we are counterposing in ways that are supportive to us. So go ahead and extend both legs forward. If you'd like to, you can sit on a folded blanket here if the backs of the legs or lower back are feeling tight. Then bring your right knee in toward your chest, then take the right foot across the left leg. Now flex the left foot, pulling the toes back. If it's your right knee on top, it's your right hand that goes right behind your spine, right next to the back. Then inhale, lift the left arm up. Then exhale, sweep the left arm around, hook the knee, and twist, looking over your right shoulder. Staying in the pose, sitting up tall. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper, feeling the navel pull into your body, into your right. Good. With your next inhale, please carefully unwind. Stay with a cross. Bring both hands to the opposite side and just do a quick bow. And then push back up. And now we'll uncross. Let's do the other side. Left knee comes into your chest. Bring the foot across. Right foot is flexed. If it's your left knee on top, it's your left hand behind your spine, really close to the back. Inhale, right arm lifts up. Exhale, take the right arm across, hook the knee and twist, looking over your left shoulder. Now again, sit up tall here as you're in the twist. And exhale, work the left shoulder back a little bit deeper as you exhale, feeling that navel pull into the body and to the left. Good. Now with your next inhalation, carefully unwind. Keep the leg crossed, bring both hands to the opposite side, and just do a quick press and up. Good. Both legs forward. And the more access you have to your hamstrings, the backs of your legs, and your lower back, the closer the feet can be together. The less so, the further apart, but no wider than your mat. Again, you may want to sit on a folded blanket here. It'll just give you a couple of extra inches in your spine here. So sitting up tall, with your arms up by your ears, take a deep breath in. Exhale, hinge at the hips, come about halfway forward. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale again, fold about halfway forward. Inhale up. Go a bit further if you can. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We're going to hold this time. Exhale, go to your furthest point and release the hands down onto the legs or next to the legs. It's not important to grab the feet here. You don't want to overextend in your shoulders. This is more about stretching your lower back. Now, as you're in this forward fold, please take those big breaths again, feeling the lungs fill as you inhale and empty completely as you exhale. And now, since we're compressing the front body, when you take that big breath, the only place it really has to go is into your back body. So you might feel some gentle expansion in the lower back, the back ribs, maybe the side ribs. All right. With your next inhale, carefully come back up. All right, it's time for Shavasana. When you're ready, please come down onto your back and make yourself comfortable, bringing any support where you might need it. Blanket under the head or over you, maybe even turning down the light in your space, whatever feels supportive for you. Well, go ahead and come lay down. You've definitely earned it. Definitely earned it tonight. Even if you couldn't do everything, you've definitely earned it still. So taking a deep breath in and out as you settle in. Now, a lot of our breath awareness tonight has been this expansion and contraction of the chest and ribs, that big breath in, that complete breath out. I'm going to ask you just to spend any effort around your breath now. Well, there's still this idea of expansion and contraction. And I'd like you to move that feeling from the region of the chest or abdomen or both. I'd like you to move it to the center of your brain. This feeling of energy expanding and contracting at the center of your brain. And see that energy as a bright, bright light, pulsing at the brain center. And maybe you sense it as a healing presence, helping to clear away fog, sluggishness, confusion, bringing you clarity, maybe uplifting your thoughts, allowing your mind to feel expansive and bright. And as you continue to rest, just focus as much as you can on this light in your brain. peace, peace, peace. Please begin to take a deeper, fuller breath. And make some gentle movements in your hands and feet, your arms and legs. And take your time as you roll to your right side. And take your time as you come up to a comfortable meditative seat. If you're still working your way to a seat, continue to go at your own pace. Once you're there, sit tall. Relax your shoulders down your back and feel the crown of the head lifting toward the ceiling. And as you feel into your experience here, you might sense some of that Brahmana energetic effect. Energizing, uplifting. Even if the body might feel tired, that potent energy of Brahmana still kind of waiting in the wings for when you need it. We'll do a short meditation to help solidify this Brahmana energy. So bring your awareness once again to the movement of your chest, the rib cage. You don't have to force the breath here, just notice it moving. And imagine a pinhole of light at the center of your chest, that light shining from within you. Pinhole of light at the center of the chest. And as you hold your awareness at that light, you see it pulsing with the breath, growing brighter as you inhale, and dimming slightly as you exhale. And as you hold your awareness at this light, the brighter it becomes every time you inhale, and the less it dims as you exhale. In other words, the light starts to grow outside of you through this pinhole, shining into the space around your chest. Eventually, it expanding, so it's covering your upper body. Eventually, it may expand so that it covers your entire body, legs, the head, and even the space behind you, sitting in an orb of this light from your heart, creating an aura of light surrounding you. And hold that light in that space. And just feel yourself lighter, brighter. This light of your heart, creating a bubble of sorts. You might have a safe and protective quality to it. You might have a strength to it. But feel it light. Bright and intense, uplifting, glowing on the surfaces of your skin. You might even have the sense of your body fading or dissolving, but you're still there. You're the light, shining in the space in you and around you. The light of your heart. And keeping some of this lightness with you, feel your breath moving in your body. As that light may contract back into you, you're still full, you're still radiant. And take a deeper, fuller breath. And bring your palms to your heart and bow your chin, bowing to that luminosity within you, that Brahmana energetic effect, to be uplifted. May all of the work you've done here tonight and this practice keep you connected to that uplifting energy that is always potent within you. So until next time, namaste.